Good morning. Well, it's morning. Yeah, it's morning everywhere in the United States right now. It's only 7:06 in my place, so uh, I'm gonna start doing YouTube Live, maybe Facebook too. I'm not sure. With the Pierce Family Farm, and we're just going to talk about farming life. For me, like building a fence, I built fence for over 20 years as a company. I had Marvin's Fencing, and I kind of quit, retired from that. I don't know. Now I just train dogs, and I started playing with some chickens and quail. My wife's had chickens here since I've been here. I think 28, 29 years, where it's been. So I'm raising a few. I'm going to raise some full blood Australorps, which I have now. I'm happy because I bought some at our local feed store. Excuse me. Then I ordered some from somebody back in, I think, Indiana or something, back in the spring. And so I have some roosters and hens. So maybe November, December, I'm going to start raising some to be ready to lay come spring. I can sell some pullets. I sold 10 pullets yesterday. Well, I take that back. I sold some pullets and some laying hens because I'm anything that's not a full blood, I'm going to get rid of it. Uh, Me and the ranch manager, Clay, we're talking about raising a few. My wife don't know it yet, so don't tell her if you talk to her, you see this video. But we're talking about raising some full-blood banties, the little bitty things that run around and aggravate you, and the roosters try to beat you up all the time. So we're going to try to raise a few of those. He's got one now. He says he has two, but me and his grandma have not spotted the second one. But we will in the next few months because all of my pullets, I've still got 50, 60, 70 pullets out here maybe that's starting to lay. Some of them are. Some of them will be a few more months depending on what breed they are. I've got a few Leghorn crosses. Uh, I've got a few Australorp crossed with Jersey Giant roosters. Uh, got a Rhode Island Red crossed with Jersey Giant rooster. So I've got quite a few that's crossed with Jersey Giants, which is a real good laying chicken. A lot of people don't understand that when you get to laying chickens, you can well, depending on what breed, and I don't know enough about them to get too serious, except for Australorps, you can get around 320 eggs per year. Uh, with a lot of your chickens, you'll get 150, 160 eggs a year. A lot of people don't understand that, especially if you're in town, and you can only have 4 hens, no roosters. And you go down to the feed store and get these really pretty chicks. Well, they'll only lay, if you have 4, you might only get 7 eggs a week. I mean, you may get 14 eggs a week, but if you have 4 Australorps, heck, there's weeks you might get 20 eggs, 25 eggs, whatever it is. Yeah, up to 28 if you have 4 of them, because you can get an egg a day sometimes from them. I think the most eggs ever laid by a chicken, if I'm not mistaken, was Australorp, but it laid 366 eggs maybe in 1 year. So that's 1 egg over an egg a day. So it depends on what a person wants. If you only need 2 eggs a day, then get your pretty chickens. If you only have 4, and maybe you'll have 2 eggs a day, especially if you skip a day once in a while, it'll help you add up your eggs. Uh, when I first started with my chickens, once they settled in out here, some days I got 15 eggs a day. I feel the worst thing with my chickens I bought some laying hens from Washington State. I went over by almost to the Dalles there. I can't remember the bridge. I crossed over into Washington and picked them up, but they're used to just laying out in the yard and in the field and the woods, I think. So they're not real good nest boxers. So I'm selling, like I said, all the chickens I have now that are not either Australorp or You know, I got a speckled chicken. I got to figure out what it is. I'll get a picture of it on here. I put one up yesterday. A video. Me and ranch manager was out there abandoning a bunch of chickens, and we caught one that was Americana. Somebody said. Somebody else said it was something else. You know, if you put something on Facebook and you ask people, you're going to get 115 different answers, and none of them are going to be the same, hardly. Everybody has their opinions, you know. I'm using this type of band right now, but here in the near future, I'm going to switch over to a different style. I don't like these as much. I'll put them on my baby chicks, and then, of course, they got too big while their legs grew, and they got a little bit tight, so me and ranch manager took them off yesterday and put a bigger one on, but I'm going to get rid of these. You can see them. I've got my chickens. My wife don't know that either yet, but I moved my hens and roosters that I'm keeping in with my wife's chickens so I can sell all the chickens I have out in my pen. I have my pen and she has hers. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to sell all the ones I have out in the field, except for the one, Clay, ranch manager's little chicken, we think is out there. We just can't tell for sure which one he is. Post what you think about my new office, my Facebook Live, YouTube Live room. I think I'm going to get me a little bit better stool. This one's fairly comfortable, but I could have a lot comfortabler one, especially if I'm going to sit in here for an hour at a time and do videos. I sit in here now an hour at a time and make leashes and long lines and wristlets to hold your e-collar controller, stuff like that. But I'm going to get me a little bit better stool to sit on. And I'm going to get one with wheels so I can roll around over here because I've got stuff all. You can see I got quail eggs. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats that are full. 90 to a flat. So what's that, 450? And then I've got a 24 or something on another flat. I boiled 120 last night because I've got somebody wanting a bunch of boiled eggs that are peeled. And then yesterday I got like 104 eggs, I think, or 106 from my quail. So Jody will be home Thursday night, so hopefully Friday or Saturday she's ready to start pickling me some eggs because I'm going to start boiling and peeling all my eggs. We've got a lot of pickled eggs now. If you'd like to buy a jar or two, they're $10 a pint, $15 for a quart. Bring your jars back. And I posted a video a while ago on Facebook. I'll put this one on YouTube today. Well, I'm going to try. I don't know how long it'll take. It might take all day to get out, downloaded or whatever you call that, uploaded or whatever it does on YouTube. But I've got a quail tower out here that I built. Well, me and Ken. Ken did most of the work. He works for me. But it's a 3-tier. You can have up to 18 to a tier. So you could have, 54 quail in there. And I have 30 quail probably I could sell you. So if you're here local and you want to get in the quail business today, let me know. I'll be around all day. I should be all day. I've got a little bit of mowing to do. I got to put out some salt, feed the horses, feed all the chickens and the quail. And I don't know what all else I got to do. But I got a pretty busy day ahead of me. I got to clean. I'm cleaning out the old barn that hasn't been cleaned out since I've been here. Probably haven't been cleaned out since my father-in-law lived here. Totally cleaned out from one end to the other. The old barn, I don't even know if it was built in the 1900s. It might have been built in the late 1800s. I don't know, but it's an old barn. I think it has 3 different roofs on it. I wanted to tear it down years ago and build a whole new barn, but my wife vetoed that thought because that barn's ancient. You know, it's got old backboard siding on it. And It don't leak very much. There's one or two little spots I think got a drip in it, but I don't think you could re-roof that barn. Uh, it's so old, and it's got, like I said, 3 different roofs on it. So I think if he's going to do something with it, you'd have to take it down and redo the whole barn. But when I start my YouTube live, you can get on there and ask questions. This winter, fall, when rain starts, I'm going to try to build a pipe corral out here. Well, it's going to be 100 by 200 or 300 foot. It's going to be a corral for our cattle. It's going to be all oil field pipe and continuous fence panels on it. So when we leave, we can put our cows in there and don't have to worry about them getting out while we're on vacation. If we ever go on vacation together, it's something we don't do very often, but we try to once a year anyway. So this year we didn't make it yet. I done a quick trip to Texas. I drove a motorhome down there, me and a nephew, and left it. And then me and Jody was going to go back and get it and make a trip with it on the way home. But we since then changed our mind. So I got my ticket the other day. I'm going to fly down to Texas, probably train a few dogs in end of October. And if you're in Texas, you watch this video, if you want some dog lessons, let me know. I'm going to be down around hour and a half south of Dallas, and then I'm not sure which direction I'm going to come home. But if it's just a small detour, especially if it's one of our old clients that moved down there, we got quite a few clients that moved to Idaho, Texas, maybe Wyoming, I don't know. But anyway, they've moved away from here. So if you're around between here and Texas, let me know. I'm always up for a little detour on the way back if you'd like to have me come help you do a dog lesson or train on your dog a little bit. And, I get bored if I don't do some dog training every once in a while. On my trip back, I don't know which way I'm going. I'm kind of wanting to do some sand bass fishing, hybrid bass fishing. They got some good places there in Texas. Me and my nephew went a few years ago. Me and 2 of my nephews, actually. We caught a lot of sand bass there by Fairfield. So I'd like to catch some more, bring back freezer full of my motorhome. Really good eating. I like them a lot better than salmon, and don't throw rocks at me if you're watching this video. But if you got any questions for me, put them in the comments on there, and hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. I'm trying to get my 1,000 subscribers, and I only need 880, I think, and I'll have them. I haven't been very dedicated to my YouTube channel just because I do train dogs and try to take care of our little farm we have here. We've got 28 acres, and then I mow a couple different neighbors' little places, which I know that ain't much for most people. You could run out there with your big old tractor and your 16-foot mower or whatever and do it in a day, but it takes me probably a month to get it mowed once I get started, just because I'll usually do a couple hours late in the evening after work. Right now it's so dry, they kind of asked us not to mow, and I've been holding in. I haven't been mowing no fields. I think I've got one field mowed. I've got probably 20 acres left to mow. It's in 5 different pastures probably. 2 of them are through the woods, so they're really hard to mow. I built me a limb saw for my skid steer, so I've been working on that. That's a video up here somewhere on that also. But I've been working on that, trimming those limbs so I can drive under it with my tractor without knocking myself out. Last year I got hit back of the head by a limb that caught on my roll bar, and I didn't know it, and it came back up and smacked me in the head. And it's dangerous out there when you're getting hit by limbs. If they're low, you're better off to go around them, which I have been doing. I'm getting better at that, but for this one, for whatever reason, I didn't see it, or I thought I'd missed it or something. But anyway, it smacked me in the back of the head a little bit. So I do have a Facebook page. It's Pierce Family Farm. I have my private page. It's Marvin Pierce on Facebook, and I don't know how many million views I've got on that thing. I've got a lot, because I put a lot of videos on there of my guns. Some of my guns. Some of the guns I've gotten rid of since. I need to sell another 20 or 30 guns probably. No, I don't have that many. Another 10 guns maybe I ought to sell because I don't ever use them. But it's hard to part with them. Some of them I've had for years, and I'm not much on shooting my guns. That's another thing I'm going to try to start doing this winter. This fall is trying to go out and do some videos on my guns, on shooting my guns and shooting targets and stuff. And right now I'm trying to figure out the raccoons. You know, my wife said she heard some the other evening was coming in. It was not too long before dark, dusk, whatever you want to call it. She heard the raccoons hollering back here in the woods. And so it's just a matter of time before they find my big flock of chickens because they're not secured. My wife's chickens they're pretty secure now. Raccoons really have to work to get in there. Here a few years ago, we lost, I think, 40 laying hens, a duck, and I don't remember if we lost our roosters or not, but it was pretty bad. I slept out here in the motorhome in my driver's seat and cameras on, alarms on, and at night, I slept in the house in the recliner with alarms on, the cameras out in the barn, and we got alarms on, cameras everywhere anyway. But I had them set up in my old barn where my chickens are. And I finally got them. I relocated, I think, 3 or 4 of them. And then we just had a couple hens left and 3 geese. And I was in the house one night, and Bianca came by, and she called me and told me there's raccoons out here in the tree at the end of my house. So they were only like 80 feet from being to my barn. So I relocated those 2 out of the tree. And since that time, knock on wood, we ain't had no raccoons show back up. But it's a matter of time. If you have chickens or anything like that, if you got raccoons in the neighborhood or in the countryside, they'll come find you. They like fresh chicken. So I'm rambling on here. Like I said, I'm going to start YouTube Live here hopefully this next week. I finally got it kind of set up, but I don't know nothing about these iPhone, YouTube, Facebook Live. I could do that. I've done that kind of myself a few times over the years, so I just need a little brush up on that. But the YouTube Live, I've got to really get some help. I need to oil this old squeaky chair. Hopefully y'all can't hear it squeaking so bad, but I need to get me get my YouTube channel going and do some YouTube Live on it. Like I said, hopefully I'll get started. If any of you are watching on here, let me know what time of the day or evening you would watch YouTube. I'm trying to figure it out. Most people do it in the evening, you know. I noticed, I know one guy that does it like, I think 8 o'clock his time there in Texas, which is 6 my time. And he does it on Sunday morning, which I think the day is Sunday, yes. So another guy does it at 8 o'clock on Wednesday and Saturday or something, Wednesday and Friday. I don't know. Their time, which is 6 my time. Yesterday they done at 5 my time. And I always try to get on there and support the people that I think will support me, you know, and that's one of the biggest things with anything you do, of course. You got people that really support you until they don't need you, I guess is the right word. There's a lot of the YouTube channels out there that, man, you can't even get a hold of the people. Like the ads on here, you know, I tried to call somebody the other day about some shirts. I'm wanting to get some different type shirts. I messaged them on Facebook, and they said go online and order. To me, I don't know. I know they're a big company, and they probably don't have somebody just answers the phone all the time. But sometimes if you're that big a company, you might ought to hire somebody to answer the phone for people like me. If I get on there and try to order online, I might order a house or a Mercedes or something instead of a shirt. I'm not that good at ordering stuff online. I guess I could learn, but shit, I'm 66 almost, and I don't want to learn. I've got enough. Luckily, I got employees that do that for me. That's probably why I haven't learned more about it. Like editing videos, Majority of the times you get a video from me, it's raw. I mean, it is what it is. If it's too bad, I throw it away and start another one. I've done that a lot. I've got a gal that works for me a little bit here and there, groom some dogs. I can send her the videos and she'll edit them for me and put them together, whatever you call it. But where I live, I don't have the greatest cell service. So for me, it takes me forever to send her a video. And sometimes when I send her a video, she don't get it for like 2 or 3 days. She edits it, sends it back. I don't get it for 2 or 3 days. So I think I might just have to break down and learn a little bit more about using my phone for editing and stuff. And to me, is it worth it? I don't know. I don't make no money off YouTube. I'm not monetized. Facebook, I make a couple dollars a month, I think. They said they sent me money. I got to find out if I ever got it or not. But I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy helping people learn a little bit about the farm life. Like I said, I wouldn't mind doing some videos on fence building. I see a lot of people build fence, and in my experience, they don't build it right, so it's not going to hold up. I just watched, I got a fly in my office. I think I watched a video the other day on somebody built a bunch of fence, and they put all the wire on the wrong side of the post. Pointed the post the wrong way. So when you do that, your fence is definitely not going to last as long as it would if you put it on the right side. It's, for me, my fence building, a lot of times, if I was building fence on somebody's 10 acres they bought, and I looked at the fence, I could tell who built the fence. The wire would be on the person's side who built the fence. So it's not always true, because you get some people from the city that move to the country and they want their fence to be prettier, especially a board fence along the roadway or something. They'll put all the boards on the wrong side of the post. And then if your animal ever leans on it, they'll start popping the boards off in a few years. So I'm going to try to do a video about, like I said, fence building, how to build a brace, what side of the fence post you should put the wire on, what side of the property the fence post should face, how deep you should set your brace post, how far apart you should put your brace post. There's a lot of different things. So, but for now, I think I'm going to get off here and I'm going to go out and feed all my critters. I got some horses out there nickering right now, probably wanting their alfalfa. So, like I said, I'm going to try to start a YouTube channel. I'm doing YouTube Live. I have a YouTube channel, Pierce Family Farm. But I'm going to start doing YouTube Live. So if you get on my Pierce Family Farm YouTube, like I said, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, leave me a comment. Don't cost nothing. Even if nothing else, just say good morning or whatever. Y'all have a great day now.